I'm Andy Beynon, and this is a great British chef's signature series. Growing up, I didn't really eat shellfish. So when I was exposed to lobster, crab, caviar, it just blew my mind. We don't waste anything at all. The reason I do that is because I'm a strong believer in it, and also I can actually give my customer more. It was always a dream to open my own restaurant, but obviously it's how are you going to do it? Where are you going to get funding from? It was pretty scary, to be honest. Got kids, mortgage, so a lot of responsibility. I was always like, well, what if it goes wrong? And Michelin came in. Yeah, it was just amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm Andy Beynon, and we're at Behind Restaurant in Hackney. And today I'm going to be pairing a trout. So it's a freshwater fish, and we're going to serve it very simply with peas, grapefruit, and a little bit of ginger as well, just on top. So for me, this dish is clean. We're using fruit as acidity instead of vinegar. And as well, you've got a really nice spice from the ginger that we're just going to put a little bit on grated fresh. So this is trout. So it's a freshwater fish. You can tell it's trout and not salmon because it's always got a really beautiful red line just running down that side. We're actually going to cure it in a brine, which is 20% brine, and literally that means 20% salt to water. With a brine, what it does is it gets all the seasoning into it, so all the seasoning is going to stay into the trout, and it's also going to gently cook it or cure it, so it's going to get a lot firmer. So with the brine, we've got 200 grams of salt, which is table salt, to 1 litre of water. And what we're going to do is just really mix that in, and that's going to go on a heat and wait for that to boil. And then with the fish, just going to take the belly off just here without wasting any meat. A good way to tell a fish is super fresh is where it's actually hard to take the pin bone out. And when you pull it out, the pin naturally goes in diagonally, so I'm pulling it away just like that. And then we're going to skin the trout. So just gone to the bottom of the tail. And you always just work up when you skin a fish. So I'm not really moving a knife, I'm more moving the skin of the fish. And then you've got the fish just like that. And then the skin we actually make little crackers from. So this is a brine that's cold. And what we're gonna do is just completely submerge the fish in it. What's gonna happen now is, that's gonna stay in here for 2 hours. Then we're gonna gently take it out, wash it slightly, and then dry it. The next stage to this dish is preparing a really beautiful, fresh, almost like dressing to go on top of the trout. So all the acidity is coming from grapefruit, and we've got these Italian peas. You can see how small they are. Shallot, mint, and fresh ginger. And what we're going to do is gently sweat these shallots down in oil. So shallots are just roasted like that. So a little bit of Fino sherry just in there like so. And that's going to go back on the heat and get reduced down. And the tiniest bit of butter as well to make our little emulsion. So while that's reducing down, we're going to segment this grapefruit, top and tail. And then I'm taking out the zest and the pith, just like so. You can see all the white segments just there. What I'm going to do is just go into it like so. The mint, we're just going to take off each leaf. We're not going to so much chop it, we're going to dice it. So we've got these little dices like that. And then the ginger, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use a spoon, and instead of peeling it, I'm just scraping it like that. And you can see it's all just come away just like so. Grapefruit juice. Okay, so peas go in. A little bit of sea salt and pepper. Fresh ginger just gets grated inside. Grapefruit, and also just some mint. So this is going to be essentially our little flavour bomb on top of the trout. The trout has had 2 hours in the brine that we made. So what we got now is really dry. We're just going to take a little piece just here And then we're going to remove just any little bit of fat that's just around the side. Just because if you are, because we are eating it cured, the fat's going to be a little bit too chewy. And then we're going to dice this into quite biggish chunks. So we're not having it too small. And this is yogurt that's been hung. By hanging the yogurt, what we're doing is we're taking all the whey out. So you end up with like the real like creamy part. Dress the trout like so. We're not adding any salt at all because we've got that brine. But I am going to season with black pepper. And then what we're going to do now is just going to assemble everything together. So we've got dressing. So all that flavour from the grapefruit and ginger and obviously the sherry. The trout that's very simply prepared and just a little bit of yoghurt through it. So the trout just in there. You could even make like a really nice salad from this if you had like baby jam just all around it. And then this is a dressing we made. So this is where all the flavour's going to be. Just like so. We're just going to put a few little pea shoots on top. So we've got chalk farm trout, grapefruit, sherry just on top, and pea shoots as well with some Italian peas.